Alrighty. Well, I guess we're about to find out if what I did was enough. Not gonna lie, I'm nervous as hell right now. It ought to work. I hope. But anyway, I'm gonna go start on a little field, so I'm not really gonna throw a whole lot of seed in it. That way, if we run into issues, we don't got to get a whole lot of seed out of it. Tell you what though, this style of lid, you just slide it back out. That's really nice. I like that. Someone was using their noggin. We'll just go ahead and set you right there. I ran some seed through it yesterday just to check calibration, and everything went all right. I'm gonna try to load these hoppers as even as I can. By all rights, I really only need one bag to plant the field I'm going to. I was going to put 3 in it, but I think I might just put 2 in it. Like I say, just in case we have any problems, which, God, I hope we don't have any problems. They're all pretty even. I think I'm just going to stick with the 2 for now. And, oh, which box did I put my graphite in? I think I put it in this one. Yep. Tomorrow after work, I'm gonna have to run and get more graphite. I thought I had more than this. But luckily it don't take much. Oop, that one was a little excessive. It does take two hands to get these things open though. Alright, before I put fertilizer in it, I am going to go grab some gloves though, because the back of my hands are kind of dry cracked. And you get that stuff in a cutter or something, and oh boy, you're in for a whole new world of pain. Alright, I'm not going to want to touch the camera while I'm doing this because my hands are probably going to have fertilizer. So if I set you here maybe, you want to be able to see what we got going on. Yeah, that'll work. Sat here all night and there's no wet spots on the ground, so it must not be leaking anymore. Don't want to pull the primer plug all the way out and get fertilizer everywhere. I might leave the valve open for the squeeze pump, and hopefully it'll prime it while it's filling the tanks. Hopefully. Come on, darling. Well, okay then. It popped out the, I can't touch the camera. It popped out the fertilizer, or it popped out the plug for the fertilizer manifold. So I guess I'm gonna have to, you know, close that valve. Interesting. Okay, take two. That tank's about half full, so as long as we were filling even. Well, tanks are pretty much even, so I'd say we're good. And this part will get easier once I'm used to it and everything's kosher. Alrighty. Well, we're half full of fertilizer, which should be more than enough. We got 2 bags of seed, which should be a bag more than what I need. So I guess I'm gonna fold up real quick, and that sounds like shit. I'll fold up real quick and run this thing down to the house and rinse off my mess, because we don't want that eating the frame up. And we'll catch you at the field. Okay, the nerves are starting to get to me. Hopefully the pump or the squeeze pump primes up. I got 400 feet of run I gotta make not planting to get the monitor set up, so that'll give it 400 feet to hopefully prime up. But I was just barely able to squeeze 400 feet out of this field. I got my first flag is right here, and then the 400-foot one, I don't know if it's showing up on camera, is way right up there in the corner. So I'm gonna have to be hitting the stop button and stabbing the clutch all at the same time, but I got 400 foot. So what we got to do, you mark out your 400 foot, and then it wants you to drive that 400 foot at 5 miles at a steady 5 mile an hour. Just out the way, because I don't really need it at this moment anymore. So we're gonna come up here to the monitor. And turn it on, and it's gonna be pissed because it's not reading any seed. And we're gonna go to setup. Yeah, I know the rows are failing because we're not planting. And it wants speed set up, and it wants 4-0 showing. And then we got a distant start button and a distant stop button, and basically what I got to do is it's got to have the planter in the ground, and it's got to have the drive shaft moving because it needs feedback off of the ground speed sensor. And I start driving. When I pass the first flag, we hit distant start. Drive till I get to the second flag, and I hit distant stop as soon as I pass the second flag. So I gotta double check here. I think I found fourth over at about 1600 is 5 mile an hour. Yeah, I know, you're pissed. So we want fourth gear at about 16 to 1700 RPM. And hopefully, by the time we get to the end of that 400 foot, we got fertilizer flowing. Hopefully. Alright, I'm constant is going to be 7114. We got to remember that because that never changes. That's a constant. But it's going to be different. Like if you're running a radar instead of a ground speed sensor on the planter, that's going to be different. If you're on a different tractor and the tire size is different, that's going to be different. You know, that's not set for every tractor and every situation. But for this tractor, this planter set up the way it is right now, that's a constant. So that is set. Now we need to go to row spacing. And we gotta go to, and that's gonna be 30. And then number of rows. And then we should go and it should be good if I read the book right. So I guess we'll find out. So I'm gonna go back to the other side of the field and pop all the row clutches in, and we should be able to start planting. Oh, and I'm gonna pull my flags up, so I don't want those in the tire. That bitch box is gonna get real annoying. But fans running, pressure set, fertilizer's primed, row clutches are in, seat's full, marker arms are ready. We'll make a pass all the way down here to the end and get off and check seed depth. So if he was planting with it, I can't believe it's too far off of what we want, but still better off to check. So shut up. Really annoying. Unless it's not getting feedback from that speed sensor, but I gotta believe if it calculated the ground speed, it would be getting feedback from it. God, that's annoying. Well, that makes checking seed depth real easy. It's right there. It's about 2 knuckles. That's where we want it. I hate digging for seed. I am never good at finding seed. Never. Never have been, never been able to. I know it was planting because the monitor said it was planting. And there's seed under it right now. Hey, we do not want that there. Let's try a different spot. Here, seedy, where you at? Problem is, digging like this, you're gonna move the seed and then you don't know. Well, son of a Buick. Am I the only one that has this issue? I know it's there. Oh, yeah, there we are. There's one. Just to be accurate and make double damn sure, I brought a tape measure with me. I've actually got a seed depth gauge somewhere, but hell if I could find it when I need it. Damn it. She's still up there bitching. Now I'm not gonna find, there it is. Right there. Somewhere in the neighborhood of 1.5 to 2 inches, so I'm gonna call that perfect. So I guess we keep on planting until something bad happens. All right, first field's done, right, wrong, or indifferent. I got unit 4 and unit 2 keep throwing off, or keep not reading, and I've kept stopping and going behind both of them and digging behind them, and they're both planting. So I don't know, because I've looked, I checked multiple spots. Every time it happened, I'd get off and look, and they're all planting. So I don't know if I got a bad connection or if those sensors are getting flaky, because sometimes they'll work and sometimes they won't. It sounds kind of like I got a flaky connection, so I'm gonna go home and put some dielectric grease on them and see if that takes care of it. I'm gonna bump the fertilizer rate down 1 gear. And I noticed on like the last round I had, and then I noticed when I folded up, one of my marker arms slipped closed because I had 2 rows that were like on 15s. So I gotta go take care of that. That's gonna make things a little interesting. But I was so busy trying to take care of the monitor and make sure everything else was working and yada 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 that I didn't even notice until I got done, and it's like, oh hey, that's not right. So I'm gonna go home, make a few adjustments, and hopefully we can keep on planting. Like I say, every row unit, as near as I can tell from walking behind it, every row unit is planting. I get a little sloppy from going through that. There's a spring that bubbles out of that hillside right there, and it just never dries up, but the rest of the field is fine. But now I'm not gonna be able to find it or find a seed. I was doing it there. There's one. So that row's planting. Huh. Anyhow, go home, make a few adjustments, see if we can't keep going. Got seed there, got seed there. Got seed there. They're all planting, so it's got to be either I got sensors getting flaky or a bad connection. So we'll see what we can figure out. Well, I think I got it figured out. I changed my seed plates, slowed the fertilizer down. I think I got all the row sensors working. I think I got one that's flaking out, but it's working. I still got to do a little tweaking on the one marker, but I figured out if I crowd one side, I can make it work for right now. So, and this is Shelly. Shut up. Say hi, Shelly. I just got Shelly sent home with the nurse tank in my pickup. I finally got pissed and I just shut the monitor off. All the row units are planting, they're all using seed. The seed's going somewhere, it's going in the ground. So number 5, it just completely quit showing up on the monitor. It was only showing rows 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 5 wasn't even there. Which there's a 12-inch jumper in that harness. I'm wondering if that jumper's bad. So I got 2 spares. I'm gonna try changing that, see if that works. And then unit 2 didn't want to pick up seed going past the sensor, and I don't know what happened, because at the last field I was at, it was working fine. I drove over here and it didn't want to work. All I did was drive over here. And then I blew a hose on the squeeze pump. Didn't have one. Drove up. Lucky I got a buddy who works at Green Mark. He had a key, so we drove up to the deer dealer. I got a pack of 6. Got back, put that back on, made it about halfway across the field, blew it again, same hose. Well, this time when it happened, I was able to see what happened, but by the time I noticed it, I only had a round left. I was like, piss on it, I finished it, because I'm tired of fighting this thing. I mean, it's all dumb shit. I'll get it worked out. I'm to the point I need to walk away from it and come back fresh, not all pissed off. But we got 14 acres in the ground, right, wrong, or otherwise. We'll see what happens. So yeah, work on Sunday, fix on Monday, plus the new equipment isms and everything. But we'll get her worked out. Yeah. And the tea's working fine. It's just, we got to get the monitor sorted out, and the fertilizer. The fertilizer will be easy. I know what happened. I see what it's doing. I got 5 more squeeze pump hoses. I'm gonna go home, rinse the thing off because it's covered in fertilizer now. Put the new hose on. Do what I need to do there. Change that wire. And I got a spare seed sensor that I'm going to swap out on number 2 and see if that takes care of that problem. Unfortunately, the only way I would know is if I start planting, because number 2 was working when I tested it with a sensor tester. So what changed, I don't know. But anyway, starting to run out of daylight, and I want to get home and get this thing cleaned up. And I was gonna go work ground tonight, but I'm just so flustered, and we got chances of rain tonight, so I don't want to get anything worked and have it get rained on and crust over. So I'll go back to working ground tomorrow. I've been at it for, I need to go home, relax, take a break, get my mind away from it. I don't know if that's the right mentality to have right now. I gotta walk away from it for a minute because I'm stressed the fuck out. So anyway, I guess that's it for this one. We'll catch you guys on the next one.